Broadcasting live from SOAHR 2023 at the Gas South District Convention Center in Duluth, Georgia, it's time for North Fulton Business Radio. Brought to you by Oberman Law Firm, helping you navigate the complexity of workplace issues. Now, here's your host.
And hello again, everyone. John Ray back with you at SOAHR 2023, the annual conference of SHRM Atlanta. Wow, we have had quite a conference. Over 750 leaders, people management leaders, HR leaders through the exhibit halls today at the Gas South District Convention Center. It's been a lot of fun, very informative. If you didn't make it this year, folks, you got to sign up for next year. You just can't miss this event if you're an HR leader in the Metro Atlanta area and beyond. And just a reminder that our interviews for this time are being underwritten by Oberman Law. If you have a legal complexity in the workplace, Oberman Law can help, so be in touch with them. I'm joined by Jennifer Paradis. Jennifer is with Signatures. Jennifer, welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much for stopping by. So tell everyone a little bit about you and Signatures. How are you serving folks out there?
So Signatures Apparel focuses on uniforms as well as branded apparel. We build online stores for large corporations, but we are a manufacturer, and we manufacture all of the decoration in-house at our manufacturing facility in South Carolina.
Terrific. So you've got your finger on quality control then, right?
Absolutely.
I love it.
We police the brands and the logos for our corporations as well as the universities and organizations we service.
Now, that is so important, right? I mean, big companies understand this, right?
Certainly.
But smaller and medium-sized businesses maybe don't appreciate the full value of having someone that is policing their brand, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially with even the color somatic and the fabrication and the things that they're interested in to market their brand and to make sure that consistency is always put in place. So if they have a global presence or a local presence, they want to have that brand consistency.
Yeah, for sure. So talk about the different types of setups that you do for larger companies, because we were talking about before we came on the air, you've got some complexity in how you set up a online store, I guess, as it were, for a larger company, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So from the standpoint of onboarding our clients and determining what their needs are, it's extremely customizable. So we build those online stores not only from the brand standard, but also dividing those up into the different department needs. And when it comes to those brand standards, we definitely want to make sure even the size and scale of those logos are set up properly. And again, that consistency is in place. I would say, especially for the large OEMs and insurance brokerage firms, Department of Defense, utilities, and the universities we service, definitely those brand standards are the most important. So when we go through that process, we're thinking about, too, what colors those logos are going to be put on, how they want their marketing collateral and all their promotional items displayed. So again, it can just stay true to the messaging that they want to come across.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you were talking about how companies have different people in different roles. So they're looking to get that branded apparel maybe on, a shirt or what have you versus, some sort of PPE or whatever, right? So, I mean, so having the ability to be flexible in terms of what employees can order is what you specialize in, right?
Yes. And
Did I get that right?
That is absolutely right.
Okay.
Thank you. Absolutely. So with those different departments, so like say, for instance, we have a large corporation that we service that has engineers, salespeople, their executive team. But then, of course, they have people possibly out in the field or they have people that have to have required personal protective equipment or fire resistant, fire retardant garments. What we do is we make sure those team members have that unique design element that will protect them for the role or differentiate them for their role. And then that way, of course, they're utilizing those garments in a way that will just serve them best and serve the company best for safety and security.
Yeah, that's terrific. I want to switch gears for just a second and talk about your company. You've been around a while.
We have. Last October, we celebrated our 30th anniversary for being a
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a huge opportunity because certainly so many small businesses fail within the first 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
And we're very passionate about the culture of our company and calling people to growth. So we really give back to our employees. Definitely, I want to be a good steward to textiles in the United States. And my goal is to bring back more textiles and bring back manufacturing to the United States.
That's wonderful.
With us being in Greenville, South Carolina, we were the textile capital of the world. So definitely the tradesmen and the talent that we have in our area of the country is next to none. And it's something I'm very proud of, to be a part of the textile industry and manufacturing.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're also a certified women-owned business, right? Woman-owned business.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I am the CEO and owner of Signatures. And I'm very, very proud of that.
Yeah, that's tremendous. Talk about the factors that you see why you have grown the way you've grown over the years, why you've been around for 30 years. I mean, what's the secret to your success? I think it is that service element and being very customizable and nimble for our clients and really listening to their needs, because every company, especially with brand management, is unique. I mean, it's like if you ask the story behind someone's logo, there's a story to tell there. And certainly we want to make sure that we maximize that potential to continue that messaging and that reflection of their brand standards. And being able to listen to the needs of, especially we talked about those different departments, right, that we customize those wardrobes for the uniqueness of the roles that those team members have. And then beyond that, we take the service element, so those individual people that are ordering those uniforms and apparel and branded gear, they call us directly. So it can avoid having the corporation or the HR team or procurement manage those uniforms and wardrobes, and they contact us. So we have a team of account managers that are based in the United States that service those individual requests and questions on their orders. That's terrific. Now let's talk to those smaller and medium-sized companies out there that they're hearing all the great work you do for larger companies and thinking they're left out. They're not left out. Absolutely not. Yeah. No, we never forget where we came from. We started as a small business. There you go. And definitely in Greenville, we started at home. So we started servicing our local community, our smaller businesses, our municipalities in Clemson University. There you go. And as the small companies have grown, we grow along with them. So we have no minimums. We have no contract requirements. So because of that, we can service the small law firms like the one you service and you partner with. Yeah, right. And Oberman Law. Yes, and we can service the large companies that maybe have 10 to 15 and certainly advise them and be consultative on what their needs are and some of those best practices that can elevate their brand and their standards, so we can mirror and capture the same quality that a large corporation has for their small business. Yeah, that's fantastic. You know, this is something that shows up pretty quickly, right? When you're talking about anything that's not high quality, it really shows up. I mean, and I know you're a professional and you can see it, but even a layperson, if you make it cheap, right? If you're a business owner that goes cheap, the customer's going to see it, right? I mean, they're going to be able to tell something's off, right? They may not be able to know why, but they'll know it's off. And that's why they need somebody like you to really, you called it brand police. I love that term, to be on top of that, right? Well, certainly. And I think, all of us as small businesses, because that's certainly how Signature started out as a small business. And then we've expanded and now we ship globally. But I think when it starts with your message and your purpose as a company, and that's reflected in your brand standards and your logo management, you can do that on a budget. But you can do it so you look like $1 million. And that's, I would encourage all of our customers and all of our corporations and small businesses and universities that we service. Yeah. I would encourage them to know that no matter how small you are, you can still look like a millionaire. Oh, wow. I love that. That's the money quote of the day. I love that, Jennifer. That's terrific. So as we wind down here, let's talk about some unique branding that you've seen from some of your clients, some recommendations that you make for people to stand out. I mean, I know everyone looks at shirts or what have you, right? But some unique branding opportunities that you think some of your clients have taken advantage of that you could recommend?
Sure. To use, I'll use BMW as an example. It's fantastic because BMW also, they have the BMW group and they have the different service centers, but beyond that, they also want to take a stand in doing more sustainable products. So they do a lot of their promotional stuff that is more environmentally friendly. Those little trinkets and tchotchkes, that unique word that nobody really knows if it's a word. It is a word. It's a German word.
I learned something today.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so again, utilizing that whole, like for instance, if you're looking at a pop socket on the back of a phone, to really utilize that full space and to really get that messaging even around the perimeter of that pop socket, and then have that nice iconic logo right there in the middle. So really utilizing that space in a way that it's things that we all have our phones on hand constantly.
Yep.
So really maximizing that potential for that brand awareness. That's what I would really encourage people to take advantage of, things like that. And again, doing more sustainable products that will serve all of us well in the end. And sometimes people look at those products as a bit more expensive than others, but they can be very affordable. And many of those things can be sourced here in the USA.
Yeah, wow. Lots of magic words here from Jennifer Paradis with Signatures. Wow, Jennifer, this has been great. And I would imagine you're open to a phone call, a consultation with someone to learn about their business and for you to make some recommendations, right?
Certainly.
Okay. Well, let's give them directions on how to do that then.
So you can find us at Signatures with an S, signaturesapparel.com. Certainly you can email us at enlightenment@signaturesapparel. We say enlightenment because, again, we just want to be able to spark those great ideas and be able to service you well.
Terrific. Jennifer Paradis from Signatures. Jennifer, this has been great. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we're just honored that we could celebrate your work.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you celebrating manufacturing in the USA.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. This episode of North Fulton Business Radio is underwritten by Oberman Law Firm. Oberman Law helps local, regional, and national clients manage the sensitivities of employee relations in the workplace.